who's going to be fighting against Team Vitamin Water in the semifinals, with Team World's Greatest Detective and Team Agon by AOC fighting against each other here at Sky Arena with platforms for the first game. We've got the Wonder Woman Batman from Legendary Pred in K7. Now, the last set that we commentated over them, they didn't do as well with this team, and they swapped back to the Batman Velma comp. I'm looking to see if they're able to change that here. It's a really good combination against Arya Stark and Superman in particular, because Wonder Woman can apply so much shields to herself and her teammate that they are really just able to counter against Cinco's ability to finish off combos.
I mean, we're talking about the top-notch teams here. They're always finishing off combos. What a dodge from K7 and Legendary to get out of that situation. One of them were guaranteed going to fall, it looked like to me. But the turnaround KO on the side of the stage, landing a dare, closing that first stock out. What a play.
But they are going to get a second KO on their board as well, as they're going to continue the beatdown here, as they're going to, oh, they were just barely going to get that KO, but somehow, out of some way, K7 was going to be able to make it back on the stage there. Now, Red Team really trying to get this stage into their side of the field to really try to get some stocks on the board, because right now they haven't been able to get anything off so far.
Ross and Cinco holding it down, man, and finally, Legendary Pred and K7 finally able to get one stock, man. Like, they've been trying and they've been putting on damage. They had situations where it looked like it was over. Are you kidding me? The Batarang just comes through floating around and taps him and gets that KO. If there was any way I saw that stock going, it wasn't like that, but I definitely could see any time the up air coming out from Ross and that Superman taking a stock. There goes one, but a team combo was almost looking good. They had the Batarang ready to detonate, sitting on Ross, and they tried to get him out of there as soon as he came back. As soon as you respawn, as soon as we'll get you out of here.
You're right about that, and so far, they've been doing great work at it, but every single time that Batarang just gets in the way of Ross's game plan. It took him out a stock earlier, and it kept him away from the Red Team a little bit there. So it's been really putting in some work here. And right now, Red Team trying to get neutral back into their favor here by setting up with the smoke bomb. I like that they were using that a little bit here, but they're trying so hard to get this KO on Ross, but nothing has been working. As a tank, he's not going to take as much knockback as you would like.
He's trying to use that armor to his advantage right now, not really able to get the hits off, and when he gets hit, he's going flying. But he's also not going flying far enough to get KO'd. He's at 184, but K7, the recognition, landing the uppercut, taking out that stock. Now we have a tied game. There's big damage on both players of the Red Team, and the game will be taken by Team Agon, by AOC, Ross, and Cinco. I was going to say Cinco's in danger, but it didn't matter. You know, when you got Ross playing the way Ross is playing, let's check these stats out. 319 with 3 KOs. Yeah, you're going to have a rough time. It's going to be hard for you to get the dub if you're going to allow him to do it. I cannot believe this is how it all ends for me.
Yeah, he was like, this is me. Now you're probably wondering how I got into this situation. Well, it all started. At the beginning of Game 1, as we now move into Game 2 this time around. Once again, on Sky Arena with no platforms. This is a very good stage, really, for both teams, so I'm not surprised to see that they just counterpick back to this stage here. But the smoke bomb going to be really helpful for nobody, as they're going to take us first stock loss there this early into the game.
That was such a serious sequence right there, man. Ross is so ready with those up airs. He's been capitalizing and making sure his team is getting this dub. He's put the team on his back. So trying to get into that winners finals, I like what I'm seeing by Team Agon, by ALC, but I mean K7 and Legendary Pred, World's Greatest Detectives, they can do this. But they've got to get timely KOs. I preach about this all the time when it comes to platform fighting games. You have got to make sure that once you rack that damage up, it doesn't matter how good your neutral is if you're not landing that final hit. You can keep peppering somebody up as much as you want towards the end of their stock, but if you're not landing that final blow, it doesn't matter. Finally, landing the one that matters and getting a stock off of Ross, but you have allowed a fresh stock Ross to come back. It probably would have been a better look to get Cinco out of there first. Now, I mean, you'll take whatever you can get, but now you're getting in here and you're both super hurt. There it is. You get the uppercut. It's going to be a rough comeback, man. It's going to be a rough comeback because even with that stock lead, look at how hurt they are. It's going to turn into 3-2 really fast.
Yeah, but exactly like you say it there is that they're both at extremely high percent. Red team, they have to really play on their A game here to keep the blue team from really being able to rack any potential KO here. Because the moment they get a KO on both red team, that puts them in a heavy advantage state, as we're going to see one KO on the blue team side. Going to be able to get the game back to a tied situation here. But right now, blue team has been doing a really good job walling off the red team from being able to approach very much. I'm going to try to take advantage of a smoke bomb here to really put them at an edge potentially, but we're not seeing anything too much from it yet, as right now Ross is trying so hard to get this KO on K7 show off.
He's trying, but K7 playing out of his mind. Look at how much damage he got on the Ross, right? I want to give kudos for that. He did so much damage. Now, this is definitely the blue team's game to win. World's Greatest Detective. If they can find that KO on the Ross, they have 92 already on the S1W12. This is the closeout. You've got to find your moment, and it's all owed to the fact that K7 lived into 160 on the Batman. Batman is not supposed to stay alive that long. Now, if you just keep Ross from getting combos onto Legendary Fred, and you find the moment, the one moment, it's only going to take 1 to 2 hits, and you get S1W out of there, that'll be game.
Yeah, this is an extremely hard situation to deal with right now as well, because basically S1W has to play out of his mind right now, because 122, lightest character in the game, you have to pray to whoever god you pray to that you survive this. But unfortunately, Legendary Pred and K7 Show Off are gonna be able to get the kill on Ross instead of S1W. They just didn't care about him. They were like, you know what, we're just gonna go after your teammate. If you're not gonna come and help your teammate out, we're gonna take care of your teammate.
Which is a very, very beautiful, beautiful gameplay. And here we go. We're going to go into the final game. It's 1-1 on the board. The World's Greatest Detectives got on there, and whoever wins this is going in the winners finals. So this is the big one. We saw great decision-making and a great game plan from World's Greatest Detectives to close that one out. But this stage, man, it's going to be rough. You got Superman running around. You got Arya Stark. And you're a very light character as K7, so if you get caught in a bad situation, even though this is your hometown, Batman at the Batcave, you may get KO'd super fast. There was a lot of danger on the right side of the stage for both teams, but up throw coming out from Ross, tried to get something going on the Legendary Pred. Not enough damage for it to matter. Here we go, neutral's back in action.
Yeah, and this is one of those kind of stages where anything can happen without anyone knowing as well. Because the blast zones are so close, especially from the ceiling, that like an up throw from Ross could kill at like 50. And an up special from K7 can kill much earlier than expected as well. So it's really volatile of a stage, and my goodness, K7 wasn't able to get the kill off the side as well because of the attack decay. So he's got to think of what kind of move he wants to use to get the kill off, and he's going to be able to do it without special there, but now he's got to figure a way to get back.
Legendary Pred, he was trying to touch the wall, and it kind of looked like he did, but he fainted right before he got his resources back, and that led to a KO. So, I mean, it's a tight game. But man, if you just kept surviving and didn't give him that point, because you have K7 at 133. But we did see last game K7 just holding on to that stock, living for a very long time. Very good offensive defense, but ended up getting bounced off the ground. Lose that one. Now you're at a deficit. You got 1-on-1 sitting on S1W. The option could be to KO him, or you go for the same thing you did last game and focus on Ross, because you know that S1W can't really get into the mix like that. And I think that they're doing exactly that. Oh, he missed the down special. He didn't get the kick. He had it.
Oh my gosh, that was so close. I thought I honestly had it. It was about to be a FIFA World Cup moment with how great of a kick that would have been. But unfortunately, we weren't able to get it there. That's okay. Both the blue team right now, they are at over 120%. But as I say that, S1W going to lose his stock there. So it really doesn't matter that they weren't able to get that earlier kill, because they have them where they want them right now. They have the stage advantage. And Team Agon, they have a little bit of trouble trying to get this all taken care of. But they're going to be able to get that stock off there. Oh, this is great. They're both at even level right now. really, Legendary Pred is going to be the only one here at the moment that's going to need to worry because they are at the highest amount of percent. But even then, it's so close between both teams that it doesn't really matter. It's all up to K7 to get that kill, and he's going to be able to do it.
Stop the madness. Cut it out.
Not even you
K7 said, "This is the Batcave. I'm Batman."